Hey guys, it's Casey. Today we are going to do a bloom. I have struggled and struggled and struggled with the blooms. I'm working with the CRAFTOR 2-part epoxy resin, and I have let it heat up to 37.7 degrees, which is warmer than what they tell you to use. And I am putting an extremely thin layer of resin down in this mold. I have found the thinner the layer of resin, the better it blooms. So, that's something that nobody seems to tell you. I have never heard anybody tell you that. But the thinner the layer of resin, the better it blooms. And I've mixed my white epoxy pigment, and I'm going to set it to the side. And once I get it all mixed up, you want to mix this very thoroughly, guys. And you want it to be semi-transparent, which means you can barely see through it. And then you want to drop your alcohol inks. I'm dropping it's like a burnt orange color. It's really pretty orange yellow. I think it's called ginger. I absolutely love it. It's a Ranger alcohol ink. Spreads beautifully. And then I'm going to go in with some red alcohol ink as well. I'm not sure what brand of alcohol ink this one is. I believe it's something I got off Temu. But it spreads really well too. The depth of your resin also depends on how well your alcohol ink spreads, it seems. But I love to watch them dance and play. They mesmerize me. They're absolutely beautiful. Now it is time to take and put my white pigment paste in. I'm just going to make a swirl. And I want my lines big and fat. The thicker the lines, the better the bloom. That's something else a lot of people aren't telling you. I've noticed the thinner lines do not bloom very well. Thicker lines better bloom. So I'm going to go all the way around the tray and cover the entire tray. And then I'm going to come in with my dotting tool and I'm going to draw lines. I'm going to draw 4 lines to the center, making like an X, but you want to start on the outside and go in from each corner. And then you want to make another X or a plus sign, drawing the lines from the outside to the end. And then you want to come out. I swirled the center a little bit there. You want to come out with the lines in the middle of the two. You want to make sure you come out with the lines because this is going to help feather your petals. I think it gives it a really beautiful effect. And this is all we're going to do to this guy. He's going to have to cure for about probably about 8 hours, because I'll put him on the heat mat after about 4. I'll let it bloom for about 4 hours and then put it on my heat mat. Now I'm using my polyurethane casting resin by Specialty Resin. This is a semi-transparent casting resin, and I'm using a white pearlescent alcohol ink. And I'm just mixing my alcohol ink with 1 part of the polyurethane casting resin, and then I'm going to measure out the second part and pour the second part in. So I'm doing about 4 ounces right here of the polyurethane casting resin for this big square mold. And I'm just going to pour this on the back after I mix it really well. You want to mix until you feel it starting to get warm in your hands. Once you start feeling it get warm in your hands, it is time to pour. Get it out of that cup quickly. And once it's poured, all you got to do is wait 15 minutes and it is ready to demold. So here we are 15 minutes later. He is ready to come out, and look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. One of the best blooms I think I've ever done. And it was all in the details. It was all in the thin layer of resin. So many things influenced this bloom. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Have a beautiful, blessed day. See you next time. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.